Hi guys, picked this up in a shop called Proper Job, which is basically a DIY store. Pull string fan. Pull string, try me. Okay. Yeah. So having stood in the shop playing with one of these for a while, I thought I ought to buy it and take it apart. I suspect it's got a rubber band in it, but it might have a flat spring, clockwork type motor. Either way, it's going to have some gears in there, I would think. Don't know. So, will it come apart easily? No, that doesn't want to just pop apart. I did think it might just pop apart, but it doesn't want to. Okay, I won't stab myself in the hand in front of the camera. I will do that off camera. Off camera, a little bit more successful. Just a clockwork motor. Well, that's disappointing. Well, I mean, I suppose it's fair enough. But, yeah, a little wind-up clockwork motor that we wind up pulling the cord. Come off, yeah. So, a little bit disappointed. I mean, you could put a couple of wheels on there, I suppose, and drive a little car with it. I've got toy cars that are pull-back motors like that, pull cord motors like that, so there'll be a link in the video description. I'll see if there's anything I can do, see if I can find a couple of wheels that sit on there and see if we can make it work. Just before I do that, I'll just point out, yeah, it was just glued around the edges, so once I've managed to break the seal, it all came apart. I found an old toy car that I'd cut apart for a different project, so it's got no back axle. Found some wheels. They're not actually quite matching, they're a bit smaller. But that axle that's on the little pull cord motor is not quite wide enough. So I'm going to swap out that axle for one that's a little bit longer. I'll just tap it through. Right, longer axle, pinch from another toy. Okay, so how are we going to fit that onto there? Need a hole at the back to pull that through. And I would think, for now, just lots of hot glue. Filled in the gap with a bit of cardboard. Plenty of hot glue to hold it all in place. So, does it have the power? The answer is yes. Whoa, what happened there? It sort of stuck and did wheel spin. Ah, I can see what's happened. The cotton has got wrapped around the gear there. So that's a bit of a fail. Still, it worked the first time and part of the second time. But to actually get to that, I've probably got to unglue it all again. One of the disadvantages of hot gluing things in place. So we'll do a summary anyway, because that's going to take a bit of time to fix that. Summary time. Bought this in Proper Job, which is a hardware store, I guess you call it, or a DIY store. It was a pull string fan, as it says there. Took it apart and we found we got a pull back motor, not pull back, pull string motor or pull cord motor. But I've just used it and I've actually managed to let the string go free and it's got itself wrapped around the gears there. So we've got a couple of good runs out of it, and now I'm going to have to take it apart again to fix it. So in principle, a success. In practice, somehow or other, that's a bit loose. Oh, there we are, we can see it now. It's gone across the front of the gears, the white string. So I'm going to have to try and loosen that up. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to call that success, even though it's fallen over at the end. Job done. Just in case you're wondering, I've managed to clear it again. There must be something unbalancing it there, causing it to spin round. I suppose I could put some more weight on the back, but that's got caught again, that string. I think it's all a bit loose, sides are loose. Because I haven't got it in the original container, the actual plastic is opening up. That's what the problem is. Right, I've cleared that. So, excellent. I found the gears were sliding around a bit too much play side to side, so I've added a bit of plastic across the top there and hot glued it in place to try and stop the actual frame of the motor flexing too much. That all sounds a bit complicated, but while it was in the original container it was all held in place, whereas it's freestanding here virtually, which allows the thin plastic sides of the motor to spread apart and the gears start going out of alignment. So I'm hoping that bit of plastic there is holding it together. it doesn't look like we're going to get the full distance of my kitchen and conservatory. It works. I'm happy with that. Probably need to put a bit of weight on it or something to stop it bouncing around, then it'll go in a straighter line. Last try, I've added a big lump of weight at the back there. So, and it still turned a bit, didn't it? Well, quite a lot, to be honest. Well, it didn't go straight that time, but that wasn't because it was bouncing around. I think that's probably because I haven't got the wheel alignment quite right. In fact, if I look at that, we can see I've got it slightly offline. I think that'll do. We could keep playing with this all night. What I wanted to do was see if I could make a pull cord car, and we did that. So that'll do. The theory is there, the practice isn't quite right because I haven't got that straight. Yeah, I can see it. The more I look at it, the more I can see. That needs to twist around that way a bit. I'll have to soften all the glue again and then move it around a bit to straighten up that back axle. Not going to do it. That's enough time on this project.
Hey, thanks for watching. There's plenty of videos on my main channel with more added daily, so don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications to keep you up to date with my new releases. You can help keep my channel running by donating $1 on Patreon to buy me coffee. You can always find more information in the video description. Thanks again for watching.